Good morning, everybody. It's Career Conversations with Viv. I love this quote that we're going to start with. So, good morning, good morning. Excellence is never an accident. It's always the result of high intention, sincere effort, and intelligent execution. It represents the wise choices of many alternatives. Choice, not chance, determines your destiny. Aristotle. This statement alone changed Western history forever. I think that is the most awesome quote.
I couldn't agree with you more. It's very, very, very powerful. And good morning, everybody. Good afternoon and good evening, wherever you are.
Good morning, everyone. Oh, I look at somewhat dark here, but good morning. I love that quote. I think it's so super powerful. Rosemary, would you like to read the quote again? Do you have it handy so we can just remind our friends of the power of it? Or maybe I can go back again. Let me just repeat it one more time. It's so worth showing. There we go. I've got it here. Excellence is never an accident. It's always the result of high intention, sincere effort, and intelligent execution. It represents the wise choice of many alternatives. Choice, not chance, determines your destiny. Aristotle. This statement alone changed Western history forever. So powerful. And I'm right now doing this most amazing course with Ed Smith. And he started off one of his teachings with Aristotle. And I thought, yeah, you know what? It's so true. So today we've got some really good, juicy things to talk about, haven't we, Rosemary?
Yes, we certainly do. You know, I was thinking when you were reading that quote, what would life be like if we could travel back in time and pick the brains of some of the most brilliant philosophers, just people who have been just such impactful, just to have a conversation with them, not like shoot the breeze, but just something where it's deep diving, you know, how magnificent it would be and what learns that we would get, which is where we're going, right? It's all about the learning of competence. We were talking about it in Instagram about the Maslow theory.
Yes.
And, you know, guys, for those of you who haven't been on Instagram, we were talking about that there's like, we're going to call it, it's like a triangle, and there's 4 layers of learning. And through that, oh, there we go. It's the mindset learning. So, you know, we're going to speak into the lower part of the learning. And Viv, you know, I want you to speak into about, you know, your journey and also kind of recap what we were talking about and building into what we were saying in regards to the unconscious incompetence, the lower part of the pyramid.
Yes, because I find it fascinating. Let me bring you back. You went small on me. I want you. There you go. You know, have you ever been asked this at a question at a dinner party? If you were to have a dinner party and you could take anyone from around the world through any period of time, who would you want to have sit at your table? And it's such a great question. In the chat, I would love to know from you. You're going to have this dinner party, and you could invite anybody, past, you know, they could be from centuries ago. But I think Aristotle and Maslow would be really cool 2 people to have there, because if we're talking about having a mindset to be successful, having a mindset that overcomes challenges, never before has the world collectively been as stressed and as challenged as we are right now.
Yeah.
Everywhere I go, where I live, which is in the Hamptons, there are signs saying help wanted. And I'm hearing around the world that there's such a shortage of staff, that businesses have business and they can't man their businesses because they're understaffed. How many have been to restaurants and it's like, well, they're not running at full capacity because they just don't have the staff. So that's an example of a mindset of how do we deal with that challenge? We have the health issues. How do we deal with that mind challenge? How do we deal with reinventing ourselves? I am right now completely reinventing my business. And one of the things that we're doing is we're creating the Vivian McKinder Academy, which launches in September. So if you want information about that, do either leave a message down below, because we'd love to hear from you, or you can DM us on Vivian McKinder, and we will share information with you about my Vivian McKinder Academy and how you can participate or apply, right?
Yeah.
And it is a virtual academy, and it has a live event every single week. And so with that said, I'm here to help you, to serve you. And today's subject is about how we learn. And so how many of you have heard, or my grandmother said it, and I think your grandmother said the same thing, ignorance is bliss. Thumbs up if you've heard that. How many of you have heard that? Yeah. Or what you don't know won't hurt you. And is that not true? Yeah. But is it a good strategy for business?
No.
Is hope a good strategy for business? Is living in fear, insecurity, doubt a good strategy for a happy life? So when we don't know that we don't know, there could be incredible opportunities we are missing. So for example, when we dive into something that we saw a great 1-minute video on Instagram, I think, oh, that's so cool, I think I'll just go and do it. But we don't know the importance of the foundation that was created before you saw that. So let's just take dress work, because we're actually going to be doing a ponytail this afternoon, which is going to be really cool for Viv Unplugged. So if you saw this cool little technique that took 1 minute and you go, oh, that's cool, I can do that, right? But you don't know the product that was used, and you don't know how it was prepped, and you don't know that it was double set, and you don't know the art of the backcombing that you didn't even see. And now you have the client sitting there and you start to try and create that look, and you go, oh my gosh, it's not working. But it looks so easy on Instagram. How many of you relate to this? And it's like, I don't like this. I'm not going to do that again. I'll just go back to what I know. And that I'm going back to what I know is fine, but eventually it gets so boring, doesn't it? It's like, doing the same old thing again. How many of you decided to become a hairdresser because you wanted to be on an assembly line? How many of you decided to be a hairdresser because you wanted to do the same thing every single day and just be a robot? We understand there's repetition. Of course there is, but I don't think any of you really signed up for that. I think you signed up because you love beauty, you love fashion, you love style, you love dressing up, you love to help people, you love the creative energy. You can show up in hairdressing however you want, as long as it works. You can show up however you want. There's an incredible acceptance in our industry, and it's about really getting the right look on the right person. It's always right look, right person. Doesn't matter if you're a genius in hairdressing. If you got the right look on the wrong person, you failed, right? So the first level of that is that unconscious incompetence. So let's go back to our slide again, because this is pretty cool. And I'm only showing my personal experiences here. So Rosemary, which is the next one we're going to discuss?
The next section is conscious incompetence.
I'm really good at this. The more I learn, the more I say, well, I didn't know that. The more I learn, I go, wow, if I'd have learned that before, I wouldn't be where I am right now. If I'd have known that the real estate market would be exploding, I would have done something really different a few years ago. I did, but I didn't know, right? So, it's so important to be aware of not what you don't know, because when you don't know it, you can say, you know what, I don't know that. I don't know it, but I'm going to find someone who does know. Or you're asking for that hairstyle. You know what? That's not my area of expertise. You've inspired me now to want to learn it. I don't know it, but in 2 months' time, when you come back, I will learn it. But in the meantime, I'm going to go and find out, right? That's powerful. So how would you approach that, Rosemary?
I think, like you were talking about, it's when you don't know something, you just say, you become humble and you swallow it in and you just say, I'm going to go figure it out. Give me a little bit of time and I'm going to get the answer to you, or I'm going to help you along the way to achieve what it is you're trying to do, or at least give my insight from what I learned, and then you build upon it.
Yes, because when you don't know something and you say, yeah, I don't know how to do that, you have this most amazing opportunity. You're at a crossroad. I'm either going to invest in myself and learn and empower myself and become wealthier on so many levels, or, you know what, I don't need to learn that. I'm going to hire someone who knows how to do that, and I'm going to let them do it. But I should understand what they're doing, right? Because if you want to hire people to do the things you don't want to do, you've got to understand the job. Marketing. I've hired people for marketing. Now I'm studying marketing because I've had so many disasters in marketing, working with these people that promise you the earth, the moon, and the stars with their spiel. And then you spend all this money on them and they completely underdeliver. And I was speaking to a prominent surgeon in New York on the weekend about marketing nightmares that she has been in and the ridiculous amount of money that these people want. And of course, there are good marketers out there. Of course, I just seem to have found the ones that couldn't serve my business. So I'm learning. I'm learning now. Will I be good at it? I don't know, but I'm giving it my best shot. So I'm in that seat right now of I don't know, but I'm going to find people who do know the answer. Think about how you're going to use this in your life to really empower you. It's really, really important. So next one, Rosemary, we're going to talk about?
The next one is the conscious competence. If I can say the word.
Yeah, so when you know that you know, and I think that this is probably one of the most beautiful parts of empowerment, because when you know that you know, there's a quietness, there's a softness, you don't need to boast, you don't need to brag, the ego doesn't need to come out and protect you, because you just know. And there's that wonderful sense of security when you are with someone that just knows it. You go, oh, and you can follow along. I encourage you to find mentors in your life that know the game, that are confident, that are humble, that are just creating the magic. They just know and they just do it. And that's the genius of it. And I think that that's so very, very important. Yesterday, we aired the Candy Shaw show of Hair Heroes, and she teaches me how to do balayage. What fun that was to be with somebody and lean into years of expertise. Candy Shaw is an incredible colorist, an amazing, successful business person, and just amazing. So just to be with someone that just knows what she's doing versus me, the student, I hadn't a clue. But I had the guts to ask, and I had the guts to say, listen, guys, I don't know how to do this, but I'm going to learn, and I'm going to show you my learning journey. And nothing else, you'll be entertained and have a laugh. And if I can break through it and learn, then so can you. So what's our next one, Rosemary?
And our last step is the unconscious competence.
How do you deal with that? Because I know that that's a confidence issue for us all. We are good at something, but we don't give ourselves credit. We're undercharging for our services. How do you battle with those demons? Because they're a big demon in my life.
There's a couple of things that I'll do is, I try to talk myself through it through words that I may have heard from others, and remind myself as I go through the journey and just say, look, you have to just learn to embrace that I didn't know it before, and I have much more knowledge of it now, and I can always be better at it, and just try to be grateful for what I've come to at that point in creating that. And that's what I try to do. So there's this I call it like I have a conference room in my head most of the time, and there's a lot of moving parts of conversation. So when I do that, I just try to embrace it and know that that person, if they're feeling their fuller self and they're enjoying what I've done, that I have achieved what is asked of me, and then I have to learn to embrace it and just say, okay, it's beautiful. Next time I know that I can either try to make it better, or maybe is it already at the best that it can be.
Yeah. I've worked with some of the greatest hairdressers in the world. When I filmed Hair Heroes, when I filmed I'm Not Just a Hairdresser, the greatest hairdressers in the world, they all had several things in common: a passion, they had a purpose, and they had a prosperity mindset. Prosperity and creativity, prosperity and problem solving.
Yeah.
My coach, Ed Smith, has said to me, he loves problems. And it's like, why? He says, because problems are an incredible opportunity to learn. Problems are a wonderful way of saying, well, that's the problem, but what if? He said, great entrepreneurs are problem solvers. And if you think about what we hairdressers do every day, we solve a problem, many problems throughout the day. We also are people pleasers on some shape or form. We all do that. And we have a lot of pressure to make sure that our knowledge is well executed, the right look on the right person, and that we really are empowering that person to be the best version of themselves, because we live in such an individual world today versus a cloned fashion today. So we live in a very individual world. So we have a lot of pressure upon ourselves, and it's easy for our confidence to get knocked. And when we don't believe in our skills, when we don't believe in our worth, when we don't believe in the knowledge that we're acquiring, if we don't believe in it, we put that energy out to the world, and nobody else is going to believe in it either. So I think when we revise our lovely pyramid here, the one that's the most scary, that can get you financially into such a difficult situation, relationship wise can get you in such a difficult situation, is unconscious incompetence. So what do you do with that? Before you do make any big decisions in your life, do your research, ask questions, have an inner circle of people that may know answers to things that you could be blind to. We all have blind spots in our life, so we must be aware of what the blind spots are. Then there's the conscious competence, which is which is beautiful, actually. You know that you don't know, so you're either going to hire it, mentor it out, you're going to get advice, and you're just going to determine, do I want to learn this? Like, I'm not good at dressing hair, and I know I'm not good at dressing hair. That may be a voice in your head. Well, you have a choice: learn it or move away from it. If it inspires you, run to it. If it doesn't inspire you, just put it aside. Conscious competence, when you know that you know, that's the sweetest place to be, to de-stress yourself, to have that wonderful space where you really can grow and flourish. Unconscious competence, when you're so good at something but you don't give yourself credit. The green and the red zone are probably the most dangerous zones to live out of. Don't go there, because they don't serve the greatness of who you can be. So I think that's really important. So just to kind of wrap up today, as we look at all of the things that we've been discussing, it's a mindset shift. We all have blind spots, and the most important thing is recognizing the blind spot or having someone help you so you can move and grow. I'm reinventing my business. I'm doing so many new things. And first of all, the Vivian McKinder Academy, which launches in September, which is super exciting. So if you want information, ask. Viv Unplugged, if you don't have much time and you're really watching the pennies right now, join us for Viv Unplugged. Every week we do something new. It's a lovely little club, and it's a whole lot of fun, and it's very, very simple. So again, if you want information on any of these products, we're happy to do a coaching call with you. So again, just put down, love a coaching call. We're here to help you. And I'm also doing a free webinar, and that's super exciting. And it is, I believe, next week. I'm losing track of the days. I mean, isn't it crazy?
Yeah, it's just flying. It's amazing how fast the year goes when you get older.
Yes. So it's the 16th of September, October. It's the 16th of August. We're doing a webinar. And if you are interested in that, you'd like to join my free webinar, I'm going to take you through my journey of how to build that dream clientele, whatever that be, whatever genre of the business you're in, to understand how to market and brand yourself, to understand how to increase your value, how to increase your bookings, how to increase your retention. I'm going to talk to you about how I go through my consultations. So it's a beautiful free webinar. So again, if you're interested in that, put free webinar. So we've got a couple of things: the free webinar, which is on the 16th. We've got the Vivian McKinder Academy, which is launching in September. I can sneeze.
It was a cute sneeze.
It was a very cute sneeze. And then Viv Unplugged. So it's super exciting. So anyway, lots of fun things. So for our friends who are with us for Viv Unplugged, we have a new haircut that's rolling out this afternoon. So you have to check that out. And that's it for today. So any questions you have, talk to us. That's why we're here, to inspire you and help you.
Yes.
I'm going to sneeze again. That's the strangest sneeze. It's a laugh and a sneeze at the same time. Yeah. So anyway, that's it, guys. I think I may get my hair cut off this afternoon. So next week you'll see a new hairdo by my fabulous Rosemary. And I want to do a cute little haircut on her this afternoon. So we've got lots of fun things going on. Take care, guys. Anything else you wanted to share with our friends, Rosemary?
No, I think that what you need to do, guys, is, step into your greatness by understanding who you are so you find out who you can become.
Love that. Beautiful. Love to you, Rosemary. Love to you all, guys. Lots and lots of love. Remember, don't be shy. Don't be shy. Just join us, ask questions, and we look forward to seeing you next week. Bye for now.
Bye.